Pretty much every one of us probably has air scrubber or an air filtration unit in our shop. Mine is just above me right here, and I use the Powermatic, which that's not what I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about a particular air scrubber, although the Powermatic is the nicest one that I've used so far. What I want to talk about is, do we ever really use them? And I feel like when I used to have mine, I very rarely used it because I'm a content creator, and when I turn it on, it's super loud. So I was just like, this is a huge pain in the butt. I'd turn it on, and then I would forget that I have it on, and I would leave it on, and it would run overnight, and all these different things. It just wasn't convenient. Well, what if there was a way that we could make that thing work on its own based on the levels of particulate in the air? Well, you can, and the way you do that is through this device right here and this device right here. Now, this is from Grit Automation, and I did an entire video talking about this system, and I don't want to highlight the blast gate and all of that stuff because there's a lot of different benefits to this system. If you want to find out more, go watch that video. What I can tell you is that since I put this system in my shop, it has made working and moving from tool to tool and dust collection just a million times better. But most importantly is it has completely changed how I go about using a air filtration system. So what this does is I can go in the app and I can set it to whatever particulate level I want, right? If it's 2.5 or whatever, and when the air quality in this room exceeds that, it picks it up in this sensor, which there's a slot on the side where it's filtering air in to make sure that the air quality stays within a certain amount. It will turn on your machine automatically until it gets back down below the level in which you set. So at all times, your air can be nice and clean. Now, I know some of you are going to be like, well, yeah, it's great, but then I have to buy this whole system and I don't need blast gates and all this other stuff. You don't. Right? You can just use the hub, which is what controls this. This plugs into your fan, and that could be your entire system if you wanted. If you only wanted to add one thing, even though there's so many other benefits to this system, you could just add this, and then you would be using your air filtration system much, much more. Now, where I found it really, really nice is, one, you can program it to a particular tool if you have your other tools set up on the system. So for instance, when I turn on my table saw, it opens that blast gate, it also turns on that fan, and I wanted that because this produces fine dust, and it just happens to be right underneath the air filtration system. So anytime that I'm using that, it will run and try to get ahead on cleaning that air. Another thing that has been really, really nice is anytime I'm spraying any sort of finish in here, it will actually sense that I am spraying some sort of finish, and it is changing the particulate within the air, so it will automatically come on, and it does a very good job of filtering that air out. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to back this camera away, and I want to be able to capture the fan itself, and then I'm going to go to the sensor. I'm just going to clap some sawdust on my hands right next to it, and you'll be able to see how this thing will automatically turn on, and I'll even put another little snippet on the side where it will actually show how the air quality changes in real time, and then it kicks on. Now, this will probably take about 10 to 15 seconds for it to kick on, but I want to do this in real time because I don't want you to think that I'm like manipulating the camera or I'm using my phone to turn it on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand right underneath it, and hopefully here in just a moment it'll kick on, and you should be able to see it. You may be able to hear it as well since I'm standing underneath it, because it will make a little click noise and then it'll turn on. But what's happening right now, and you're probably seeing, is you can see the particulate level on the app skyrockets way up. And when that there we go, it's on. The fan is on. When that happens, it will turn on the fan, and this is now going to run until the air particulate level comes back down. So very cool system, very cool thing that you can add to your shop. And again, like I said, if you're going to go that route and just automate your air filtration system, it would be significantly less expensive than going all blast gates like I did. I mean, I did everything, and it's awesome. I'm telling you, it is fantastic, totally worth it. But definitely check out Grit Automation if this is something that interests you.